Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The title for today is Swing Long Alts. Is now the time to swing long alts? In my opinion, it is a good opportunity. I've just opened a trade on Solana and I've opened up a few other altcoins as well. I'm already long on about 6-7 altcoins. So I'll be adding a few. I've added 3 right now. So number 1 is Solana. So I'll go over the swing longs quickly, then I'll go over some crypto analysis. So obviously, Solana coming into a key level of 162 over here. It's a very key level. It's coming into this EMA cluster, guys. And once we break the important EMA, so we broke the 50, broke up, tested it as support, broke the 200, tested it, liquidity grab, come down. Now we're testing both the EMAs in one day. And testing both the EMAs in one day is a good zone for potential long, okay? Now, obviously, Solana has started with the bullish market structure, okay? Higher high, higher low, higher high. So this is where we expect the higher low. What we don't want to see in a bullish market structure is a lower low, okay? So this is why the stop loss is there. So the stop loss is over there. And this is looking like a good long, in my opinion. So I have taken that trade on Solana. My take profit's going to be 195. Take profit 1. That's, of course, the 50% level from the high over here all the way down to the low. 50% level is 195. I'm sure we will hit that level, 195. If 195 is hit, we'll obviously move our stop loss to break even. TP2 is going to be this 224 zone over here. You can see resistance, support. This seems like a obvious key level in my opinion. You can see a lot of support and resistance in this zone over here. Resistance, support, resistance, support, etc. So definitely this place would be a good place to take some profits on a Solana long. And then of course these daily highs over here at about 165. So this is the one long I have taken. On Solana, I've gone about 8x leverage, of course, because this is a 12% move to the downside. So if this position gets liquidated, I'll lose 1% of my account. 1% loss for a trade is a decent risk reward, in my opinion. Another trade that I have gone in on is ENA. ENA getting crushed today, minus 9%. It's coming into a key level over here. So we have outlined the zone. You said, okay, if we get a nice retest of this, it will be looking good. Obviously creating some kind of market structure over here, and we do expect this level here to hold up as the new low. Okay, so it was support, we lost it as resistance, then we formed a megaphone pattern telling us that the volatility is coming. So there we go, megaphone pattern over there, lows over there. You can kind of see it like that. But now we are testing this important resistance as support, and I am expecting this zone to hold up. RSI holding up decently over there. So I've taken this trade. My stop loss is going below this key zone over here, this key line over here. Let's just see where we got that from. So that was the open on Binance. So we do have that level. We don't want to see price, coming back down to that opening on Binance. So this is the trade. TP1 would be coming into these important EMAs over here. You can call that about 48 cents, 45, 48 cents. Then obviously this zone over here, 69, and then the fair value gap, guys. The fair value gap, in my opinion, will likely be TP3 and the final take profit zone. So that is the one trade. And the other trade that I have taken is a Dogecoin trade, guys. Doge long, went long on Doge over here. Nice test of the 50-day EMA, expecting this to hold up. This is a key level, guys. Of course, this is a key level. You can see this is where a lot of buyers stepped into the market over here. A little bit of buying and selling done over there. And what we can see here, guys, is a old top before a new low. So this is a very key zone to test as support. And of course, Dogecoin has started to form a bullish market structure. We've created a higher high relative to that one. So we do expect a higher low to continue. So the exact same thought pattern we have to Solana is that we have formed bullish market structure and we're not going to take out the previous lows. So that is where the stop loss is going. That is where the trade is invalidated. So those are the 3 longs for today, guys. They're going to be Dogecoin, Solana, and ENA. They're getting a little bit hammered today. But let's see, guys, let's see. Bitcoin does look like it could be forming some kind of low. We did say this zone over here is a high probability zone to get tested, and we are coming into that zone over there. I spoke about this, I think on Wednesday, about the breakdown of this upsloping support over here. So I said, if this breaks down, watch out for these zones over here. And what you can see in the daily time frame is that this is a key zone over here, coming all the way down to these daily opens here. So what you can see right over here, this level over here, let me just get the pen out for you guys as it's in the box. There we go. This daily open and close got tested nicely, basically to perfection over there. So expecting, a bounce off there. Will we, just get a short-term bounce and then continue down? Let's wait and see. We haven't created a nice proper lower low yet because we pumped up. We had that bullish grind to the upside, which we did say, okay, this is going to pop because this always happens. So maybe a deeper pullback is on the cards. Obviously, some fair value gaps to watch out for would be the zone over here. I mean, it did get tested technically over there, but definitely watch out. A lot of liquidity will be sitting under there, and a lot of liquidity will be sitting under there. But these zones might not get touched for a long time. So let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. And of course, if we put on the 50% levels, we can see where we can expect a bounce. Okay, 93, of course, the 50% level. And if we put on the 382, guys, remember that the 382 is where a strong move would get a bounce off. So if this is a strong move, of course, it looks like a strong move. The 382 is where you would expect a massive bounce from and continuation. So this could be the zone, if Bitcoin is to pull back to deep levels, the 382 is where you would expect a nice proper bounce. And that's coming in at 97.5K. And I'm sure as hell, if we do get underneath the 50-day EMA and start to sit like this, a lot of people will be getting very, very bearish. A lot of people will say that the top is in, etc., etc., and that will be the long opportunity. But for now, we are testing these old tops as new bottoms. It is just continuation, create resistance, break through, test the resistance as support. We're just going to climb the stairs, guys. We're climbing the stairs here. So in my opinion, business as usual. That's why I have opened up longs on those altcoins. Now, why altcoins? Of course, guys, Bitcoin dominance. We are looking for Bitcoin dominance to break down here. So we obviously broke down this upsloping support over there, tested it perfectly. I drew this out when we broke down. Probably going to come up for a retest, which we have. Expecting this just to chop around here, close to more candles underneath the 50-day EMA. And once we take out this low at about 62%, it is all in for altcoins, guys. But definitely, we are very, very patient here. And we do know that our targets are target 1 on the macro time frame is 52, and target 2 on the very macro time frame is 42. The zone over here, guys. So definitely mark these levels off on your charts. I do think they are very important. So look at XRP, because XRP is starting to fade a bit, guys. Yeah, personally took all my XRP chips off the table, so not extremely bullish on this. I think this had a stellar run, and yeah, I think deep pullback incoming for XRP. Where's it going to go? I'm not sure. I'm just not bullish on this anymore, guys. I am more bullish on other tokens. Drop some altcoins in the chat, of course, guys. I'll go over the altcoins. Let's get some altcoins. The title for today is altcoin swing long. So let's see what you guys have to say for yourself in terms of altcoin swing longs, and you can see what you guys recommend. Go over those charts and see if they are longable. Let's go into total, because total is playing out to perfection, guys. We said this is the ultimate buy box over here, okay? So the ultimate buy box is going to be between 3.2 and 3. So this zone over here, 3.2 and 3. So this is the level where it'll be great to get some Bitcoin, guys. So we are coming down potentially into this box. This is the ultimate SR flip, guys. We spoke about the ultimate SR flip. And we said if we do come down and test the $3 trillion as support, we haven't tested 3 trillion as support yet, guys. So if we get a chance, test 3 trillion as support, stop loss will be at that 2.7, 2.8 trillion. Then we are targeting that 4.5 to 5 trillion, giving us a risk reward of 7 to 1. This is the ultimate crypto trade, guys. This is the trade for the year, trade of the year. If you are patient enough and we do get this move down, this will be the trade of the year. So definitely be patient on this one, guys. If you want to get in a bit early, there is a risk reward at the moment of 3.2 to 1, which is of course favorable, but you must be able to withstand a little bit of downside because it is very possible, guys. Okay, let's have a look at Tau quickly. So that's in the AI section. Okay, it's not there anymore. Here it is. Okay, so Tau looking pretty decent. Obviously, just chopping around in the zone over here. Did get rejected by the macro 50% level. Okay, so of course, we did expect this to be resistance. I'm sure we spoke about this a few weeks ago, saying that the 50% level is going to be a headache. Okay, so we are coming down to the old tops zone over here. The zone over here. We are coming down here. So if we do come down to that, $380, this is going to be an epic place for a long. Okay, in my opinion, great long from Tau. Coming to the EMA, we've got the golden cross, one of the first tokens to get the golden cross, and then we are targeting higher levels. I think that's a $590 region over there, and a $750 region over there. So these would be your levels, of course, right over there. TP1, TP2, targeting higher levels. And of course, this will be confirmed if we do get a bounce from this level and we do come and close a higher high and get a support above the 50% level, then we definitely are targeting zones like that. But this is definitely worth a risk. So if we do come down to that $680 region, I'm going to add an alert there. I will be going long in the zone over here. I think this is a key level for Tau, guys. So look at Ondo, because Ondo is struggling, guys. It really is struggling. This is going to be, testing our patience for sure. And again, just chopping around in a range over here. Not great taking out this low, but let's see, guys. This is obviously a massive zone over here. A lot of Ondo has, been changing hands, and this could just be one major accumulation before a huge leg up. But let's wait and see, guys. This is my trade. I don't think we'll be taking out this low. Maybe we do. Who knows? But definitely nothing happening in Ondo. Let's have a look at Sonic and Sui quickly. Let's start with Sui because it's over here. Sui also in a good zone, guys. Sui, getting a nice bounce off the 50-day EMA. This is the zone where I would be accumulating Sui. I've already got enough Sui, guys. I've got more than enough. It would be irresponsible to buy more Sui. So I'm not going to buy any more, but this would be a great zone to get in. I think a little liquidity sweep bounce off the 200-day EMA, very, very likely, and a good buying opportunity for Sui, guys. Look at Sonic. I think Sonic is dying, slowly dying. I've still got my Sonic, guys, most likely at a major support zone over there, so I wouldn't be selling, but struggling, guys. This is struggling. You can wait for a breakout of this down sloping support over there. Key level over here to get above would be that 60 cents. So if you are a patient trader, wait for a move above the 50 and above the 60, and then get in over there. That would be a much safer entry, guys. Oh, look at Brett quickly, and then we can look at Eigen. So look at Brett because Brett's also, obviously getting sold off today. But this is a good zone for Brett, guys. We are expecting bullish market structure. So we're expecting this low to hold. So if you are a Brett bull, if you are looking for a move on Brett and you are a Brett bull who wants leverage, this is a great place to buy spots. Of course, any time around here, it's a good place to buy a spot. But if you are a leverage Brett bull, then you can be taking a trade like that. Of course, very high leverage over there. This would be not too high, like a 5x leverage trade. Over there, even a 4x leverage trade over there, expecting that this low is going to hold, and obviously targeting that 50% level, guys, 13 cents. I personally have a lot of Brett as well, and I think 13 cents would be a great place to, take some chips off the table. Can we look at Eigen quickly? Yeah, not looking too bad either, guys. Not looking too bad either. This was an old trade. Haven't pulled out this thing in a while. I think we last looked at Eigen in November last year. And if you took this trade, congratulations. Great trade over there. So, where did that go? Okay, so it looks like, we just get rid of a few things here. Wait. Let's get rid of the drawings. So, you know, huge level over here, obviously testing that as resistance at the moment. Got a nice level over here, saw some grinding. So, you know, expecting a range between these levels, of course, guys. So if you are looking for a range trade, this could be a range trade. But I would be waiting, if you are an eigenbull, you know, a nice move off the 50-day EMA would be acceptable over there. Okay, let's have a look at, you know, big old Bitcoin again, because again, guys, these levels, anything from, I'd say, you know, 104 to 100K, good buying opportunity. Is the top in, you know, maybe the local top, but not the macro top, in my opinion, guys. I think altcoins are so longable, you know, since getting smashed today. Volatility is present, guys. A lot of volatility at the moment. But guys, I'm going to leave you there with those few long ideas. Thanks for joining the stream, and we will see you guys next week.